Oh crap! Hey everybody, welcome to the Ham Radio Kids Table. I forgot we were. Listen to me. I forgot we were going live tonight, straight live.
Like,
Yeah,
as in, good after evening, noon. Welcome y'all to the Ham Radio Kids Table.
there you go. Good after
Uh,
evening. There, that's it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ham Radio Kids Table. We are live tonight, and we are here with our friend Mike KE0 Victor India Mike Victor, which I always mistake as Kevin. I don't know why.
And I've started answering.
There you go. Yeah, name's Mike, by the way. But hey, thank you. But Mike, we wanted to get Mike in here. Mike has got an initiative that he's been working on for a little bit. He's made some videos on it, but this was very timely because this coming Friday is going to be that, and it's his. Well, I said his. It is going to be the digital mode revival. Is that the correct nomenclature?
That is right. Digital
That is
mode revival. And I specifically designed it so you can't use the acronym because I'm acronym deficient. So,
Okay.
and if you
I
call
like
it
that.
DMR, then it's too confusing. So
Oh man,
you have to say the whole thing.
that's right. People will be looking for the hotspot then if you said DMR.
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
oh,
So tell us a little bit. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about the Travelin Ham, Mike.
Yeah. So I got my license back in 2019, kind of at the same time the family made a move to go full-time RV. And, I've just been doing a lot of parks on the air activation ever since. And I like to, it developed such that I like to find, I don't know, I guess I kind of romanticize parks on the air a little bit. I like to get in there and find a special spot and get a nice shot for the audience. And, that makes it more entertaining for me, selfishly,
Yeah.
personally. I enjoy it. I enjoy that aspect of it. And that's pretty much what the channel's become. We're going to cool spots and looking at how beautiful this country is that we have.
Well, I envy you. You've had some great activations and some fun places, and you threw in that teaser reel that one time that I included. Where was that taken? That was a beautiful backdrop.
That was up by North Cascades National Park in Washington, Western Washington.
Okay.
I've learned is very, very underrated. Really, really pretty area. And that was actually I was in the Mount Baker Snoqualmie National Forest area,
Mhm.
looking at a mountain that's back in the national park. But yeah, fantastic spot.
Very picturesque.
I call it my Bob Ross POTA.
There you go. The Bob Ross. Well, that is cool. So you're we were talking just off stream. So you're a little bit further south now, down towards Yuma area. Then?
Yeah, we made it down to Yuma, where it's a chilly 70 degrees for a high here today. But we'll make it.
brutal.
We'll get by. Yeah, it's
You're darn near breaking out the snow shovel at that weather, aren't you?
it's supposed to warm up again next week, thankfully.
Yeah.
Golly, that is tough. So talk to us a little bit about the digital mode revival.
Yeah, so I'm just like I think a lot of people. I want there to be some opportunity for those of us who like to do portable radio operations, any kind of radio operations really, to have decent chances on any given day to go out and make contacts with digital modes other than FT8. Okay, nothing against FT8. I don't personally enjoy it, but I don't poo-poo what anybody else enjoys. If you like it, that's fine. It just doesn't need any help. Quite frankly, it's going 24/7 all the time. It just doesn't need any help. So, we want to create some opportunities for people to be able to make contacts using these other modes. Maybe you can go out and activate a park. You can activate a summit or whatever they call it on a summit. I can't remember the terminology there, but perhaps using one of these modes, or just someone that's stuck in an apartment or is HOA restricted and can only put up a compromised antenna, and that's what they have to work with. So the thing getting in the way of these digital modes is simple. You just don't make many contacts. There's a ton of people, I think, that want to get out there and use these modes, but no one does for that one reason, just because no one's out there. It's like the whole just call CQ argument. Everyone sees, a blank slate and a blank scope. So why try? And a few of us had tried and gotten zero. So, zero contacts isn't too fun, and that tends to, cool off any interest that one might have in such a mode.
That's an interesting point you brought up there. A blank scope. Do you think, and it's, I guess, probably a question for the table here. Do you think that having a band scope hurts or helps sometimes when people are trying to get out there and in a not like a non-contest weekend, right. Does that band scope, by not seeing people there, does that detract people from calling CQ, or do you think it's like, hey, there's somebody I can dial into, and dial into the frequency?
It's like anything else. It's a tool. It just depends on how it's applied. So it can go either way. It's up to the operator, or you see a blank scope and you think, hey, there's plenty of room. I'm going to jump in here and call CQ. I think of spotting kind of the same way. There's folks that just get so focused on spotting. Hunters might say, if they're not spotted, I'm not even gonna find them, because I'm just going from spot to spot to spot to spot, and hunting that way, as opposed to spinning that little dial and maybe finding a few activators out there that aren't spotted yet at all.
Yeah.
Or I've heard even some activators say if they're not able to spot themselves, I'm not even going to try. I mean, people may not even think it's a legit activation if I can't get out there and spot myself. So I kind of look at that the same way as what you're talking about scopes. It's a tool, and it's just all in how you apply it.
Right. Absolutely.
I agree. I don't think it's needed. Even when I had a radio with a band scope, I used it once in a while, but I didn't rely on it for anything.
Yeah, and Jeff and I we're primarily activators. I don't know what I need a scope for in that kind of situation. Quite honestly, I guess it could help me find a spot, but my ears do a pretty good job of that too.
Ditto, exactly. I am so used to not having a scope or using one that my FX4 too small to even see if it has a scope. I don't remember if it does. And the 891, yeah, it has one, but it puts off a picture for a second, and why even bother?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever used mine.
Like for the original 991, it was worthless. They put it in there and it was worthless. It was like a screenshot. It wasn't live. So what's the point? So I was used to not using one for a long time, and I still don't use one.
So QRP Life, Alpha India 4 Tango Bravo mentions that the instant gratification trap is sucked in by too many people. Quantity over quality. I'd rather earn 10 contacts than be fed 100. Then Don mentions a scope helps with directional antennas. And I think maybe that's fair if you're dialing in on a signal. Absolutely.
Yeah. And if you see two signals on your scope, just scan real slowly, see if you hear anything else between those two that might be down in the noise. Same thing if you see two spots. If you're going from one to the other, just scan slowly and see if you hear anything else in between. Because sometimes one of us activators is in there hoping somebody will hear you or hear us.
Yeah. And when we don't have signal to get out to spot ourselves, we'll sit there and just call CQ and just call and call and call and call and call and call, and hopefully get someone to hear us. And that's why
I was gonna say Vince has a solution for that.
Vince does.
He does.
Yeah, the satellite thing. That's one that's great.
The satellite thing. Yeah.
The Zelio.
The Zolio. Yeah.
Zolio.
InReach will work. Any sort of spotting will work. APRS will spot. Satellite communicator spot.
but you do
Yeah.
got to have some of that.
CW will spot.
Yep, some of that stuff you have to have set up beforehand. Some of it,
Yep.
not all of it.
Yep. Oh,
Like the APRS, you gotta know like where you're gonna send it to and
oh,
the number and
Well,
all that stuff. But that
and you-
depends if you don't have signal too, and
know-
if there's any APRS diginodes, digipeaters around you.
Now, the one thing that we often forget about is our friend SOTA.
Yep.
And SOTA is a great off-grid spotter. Yeah, I'll hold it up here for a bit. Tim, eventually my arm won't get tired.
There we
There
go.
we go.
I
And
got you in a big one.
Nice.
So SOTA is a great spotter off of your phone. And you're like,
Yep.
well, what am I going to do without cell service? Well, out the bottom here, you hit the button and it starts squealing the FT8 noises
You
for
forgot
you.
to mention, yeah, there's a speaker there.
There's a speaker there at the bottom, right?
There.
So if I want to transmit, no, if I want to, there it is, HTFT8 audio, and I want to say, oh, I got to select the bass mode. Yeah, and I'm going to select a frequency. I'm going to select that frequency, and I'm going to say transmit, and it's going to say wait 2 seconds. And it makes the FT8 noises for you.
Groovy, man.
And all you got to do is key up your mic on the FT8 frequency, and it spots for you. Like,
Yep.
Let's not forget that. That's the perfect off-grid solution for those who only carry a phone.
Yes.
So-
Some of us
one
have made
the-
some videos on that. Yeah.
Yes, some
Yeah.
of us have.
That
Yeah.
is like I've tried to use it and I've had some failures, but I haven't seriously used it. I should probably give it a try out. And it is like I think one of the better solutions out there because it's using the FT8s
Yep.
and it's not relying on the satellite service. It's relying on your radio. And if you already have a radio doing parks on the air, you're already on HF. So
Yep.
You probably
Yeah.
got everything you need as long as you got it preset.
and QRP Life, like Tim just pulled up, that he uses Winlink. That's great for people that use Windows. But I don't use Windows, so and I don't know if Radio Mail will do HF. I don't think it does HF. But if you have HF and WinLink, that'll work too.
Yep.
I don't think. Oh, there it is. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh, pretty Mac. Pretty Mac. So now you're doing this. Is it the first Friday? Yeah,
First
it has to
Friday,
be, 'cause
yeah.
it's coming up this Friday.
That's right. Right. So the solution to the whole thing is getting a regular, predictable, repeatable schedule for operators to gather on air and make contact. So it's a simple organization effort to get people on in the same mode at the same time. You know, use whatever band you want. Hopefully there's enough of us out there that it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And, you know, then people start making contact. So like this month, I'm able to tell people, hey, these last 2 months, I've gone out and I've worked RTTTY and I've worked PSK31 and I activated parks both times. I got enough contacts simply because with my little channel and my, you know, microscopic X following and Facebook following, I'm able to get enough people out there to return my call, and I got 10 or 11 contacts and got it done. So it's very, very possible, and I expect this week with JS8 call this Friday night to go the same. So, you know, it's the last couple of weeks, it seems like it's kind of been about me going out in the park and activating this mode, and then a few people getting on to talk to me. And I did notice on this last month in November in PSK, there was one or two other hunters that got contacts with each other as well. And I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to see more people out activating on their own, and you know, a lot more interaction between everyone else that's calling me. You know, hopefully, it's just eventually we get just a mob of people out there that are making all kinds of contacts with each other on all different bands. That's the goal. So then, hopefully, at some point in the future, we have drummed up enough interest, you know, leveraging the power that we have in social media to gather people together, and then the visibility that a popular program like Parks on the Air offers us on the spotting page. So, you know, people will be able to see on the spotting page this Friday, they'll see my spot and it'll have in parentheses JS8 after it. And hopefully there'll be a couple more of you out there doing the same thing, I hope. And, that's going to get people interested. And the eventual goal is we don't need regular Friday organization to get this done. Any old guy could go out, Jeff could go out on a Tuesday in the the late morning, early afternoon, because he's not a morning person, and run RTTY and activate a park. And that's what we're after. Obsolescence is the eventual goal.
And I think using
Go ahead,
some of the
Jeff.
older digital modes is a great idea, because once FT8 came out and became very popular, all the other ones seem to have died somewhat.
Yeah.
I know some of them are still active. I know, oh goodness, it used to be the VOA radiogram. Now it's just called the radiogram. I can't remember who does it. I get an email every Thursday about it, but they use, I think, Olivia or like MSK something or other. I can't remember the mode, but they use that. They still do that on a regular basis. They send out their radiograms, and it's like a 30-minute transmission on multiple days on multiple frequencies. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. And I remember 10 years ago starting with PSK 31. I kind of miss doing that. Now FT8 is easy, and it's more, I would say, automated in the fact that it's automatic replies and transmissions, where you don't have to type anything. You just say step 1, step 2, step 3. You wait for the response. You go to the next step and stuff like that. But nothing wrong with FT8. I love FT8. I haven't done it for a while, but yeah.
Some options would be nice.
Yep. It's always good to have options.
Yeah, especially considering we're coming up, we're heading towards solar minimum now. So here in 2-3 years, you might really wish you had an alternative to FT8, and we've talked about FT8. Let's include CW also. I love CW. I'm learning CW. I'm picking up CW, but it's not a solution that you're going to be able to initiate and use really quick. It's going to take some time. And, here's an alternative that you can get on the air with more quickly than CW. So, have some options. You want some different arrows in your quiver when we're getting to 2029 and 2030. Now, I'm not a solar minimum doomsday, preacher or anything like that. I mean, you're still going to be able to go out and activate parks and make contacts via SSB during solar minimum. We were doing it back in 2020 and 2021. But there's going to be days where it's pretty tough, and an alternative, that's more entertaining than FT8 and a little easier than CW is a pretty good option. And I think there's a lot of demand out there for it. Just requires a little bit of organization at this point, because I think what Jeff said is right. FT8's kind of sucks some interest away from it, but I think there's a lot of fuel for a fire there. If we can just give it a little bit of spark, I think we get something going relatively quick here.
Well, I definitely think FT8 is probably the easiest, because it's just click and forget, like a fire and forget type thing, right? And the QSO's done, and you're done and over with. And when I first started, I kind of shied away from the other digital modes. I like JT65, and that is the predecessor to FT8. Same concept, except for the transactions were about 52 seconds long.
Yeah, they're about a minute.
Yeah. So it could take you six minutes to get a QSO and to go through. So yeah, quite a bit. FT8 and FT4 are quite a bit nicer from that perspective. But I think I don't know. I always have been nervous about keyboard to keyboard protocols, because I don't type very well. And,
you don't have to.
There's no backspace keys.
You don't have. You can have
the CW shorthand. I mean, I guess you could probably. I'm assuming a lot of that is the same.
Well, with
Yes.
Doing the other digital modes like PSK and all the other keyboard to keyboard stuff, FLDigi, you could set up macros. You set up whatever macros you want, and you hit the like F4 button, and it'll say CQ. This is whoever at wherever, whatever you want, and then someone replies back, and you just set up the macros to do your talking. or if you want to type it all out, you can do that too.
Oh, Tim has been slandered in the chat.
Uh-oh. What?
45. Hit the button and go make a sandwich, Tim.
What are you talking about, man? I got a wife. She makes the sandwiches.
Oh.
Yeah. Greg, how you doing,
She's
buddy?
not watching.
Good.
Yeah.
What's up, Greg?
Nice to see you folks in here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank
a
you.
rare
Join us.
Wednesday off.
There you go.
Right on.
So what's Greg, what's your favorite digital mode besides FT8? And free DV?
Does that include like DMR and stuff?
Well, no, non-voice modes.
I would have to say FT8, even though that's not an option. I like it because I can still play radio, even though I'm not next to my radio, and I can remote into my computer, and I can check out propagation and stuff like that. In fact, there's some good stuff going on in 40 meter FT8 right now.
No, I know.
I've
heard.
I've tried the
PSK 31.
PSK.
I think I tried it the night there was a like meteor scatter, and it actually worked out pretty well. But I haven't really played with it, to be honest with you.
See, folks, you heard it right there. Even Greg, K6 EGG, 42.5 miles east of downtown Los Angeles, can do PSK 31.
I did it once, just once, one night at least.
One
Would
nice
that be
game.
would that be considered a grandpa's digital radio mode?
It could be.
Okay.
It could be.
Could
all
be
right.
anything you want it to be.
Someone called me the granddaddy of digital. I'm like, no, just because I did it 10 years ago. No. That's before they had FT8. And I think it was just before WSJTX came out with the JT65 and stuff for is coming out around that time. So I play with them early on.
Cool. So this month you're doing are you going to do other modes besides JSA call, or are you just focusing on JSA call this month?
There'll be a rotation. Right now I've got a rotation through, the basic modes, RTTY, PSK, and JS8. I'm going to go back to RTTY again in January, for the first Friday in January, because that will be January 2nd. And on January 3rd, I think, is the ARRL RTTY Roundup. So, there's your opportunity to get your system tuned up, and then you can participate in that. But the idea is to rotate through a number of modes. For the time being, while I'm building some popularity here, I'd like to keep it as simple as I can with the modes that give us as much production as we can, and eventually perhaps going through, maybe you've got a year-long rotation where every mode gets its turn. Maybe at some point in the future we end up having to add a second day per month, to have a regular rotation of some more popular modes, and then a once a month rotation through some of these other modes that I've already seen people popping in here. So you can fit in your Olivias and Contestias and VARAs and SSTV and some of that stuff as well. So
Hellschreiber.
Sure. But the idea right now is just to drum up a lot of interest. So it's good to have some volume. So I want to use the modes that will give us the best results, and then we can grow from there.
Have you thought about calling it a contest?
No.
That tends to get people jumping.
Yeah.
It's a non-contest contest.
I mean,
Are awards involved?
No, but we could just call it a contest. That'd be fine. I don't want to organize a contest. I'm trying to keep this simple. So, stupid simple. And
you get it on the contesting calendar, and I bet people would show up.
Yeah, with expectations. They'd show up and say, "We were told there was punch and pie."
There we go.
And be like,
punch and
pie.
Punch and pie. It's like what is that? Cake and punch in the basement.
Cake and pie.
Yeah. But hey, if someone wanted to pick up that torch and run with it, so be it.
So Jody says Olivia is the most beautiful sounding mode. So, do we have a sample of Olivia?
Oh Lordy.
We'd have to play them all so we could judge now.
There we go. That might be a future episode. That might have to be. Or is he implying that it's the most beautiful sounding name of a digital mode?
I don't know.
I mean, to me, it sounds a lot better than Contestia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, is this the third month now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Officially it's the third month. I did try the month before to do some JS8. I didn't really put any effort in it. I just made kind of a baseline attempt at an activation with JS8. I guess that would have been in September. And I got like 3 contacts. So I'm expecting a lot better results this Friday for sure. And I feel good having successes these last 2 weeks. That's given me quite a bit of confidence. I didn't think I'd be activating parks right off the bat.
I heard something.
Yeah.
Contestia? Is that you, Greg?
No.
Nope, that's not me.
That wasn't you.
Hang on.
That didn't sound like it was coming through his syrupy microphone.
That sounded like FT8 on the night the media shower was going on.
That's Olivia.
That's Olivia?
Yeah.
That sounds nicer than FT8.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah.
I think Jody's got something going on there.
He's
I'm going
on
to post
something.
the link
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to post the link to that Signal ID wiki in the chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a website with all the digital mode sounds on there, and I think there was at least a Mac app, and I can't
Greatest
remember
hits.
what it was. No, but I know I had it installed, and I think I uninstalled because it was just wasting space. I don't have it anymore, but yeah, there was a Mac app that had it too. But yeah, it's a great source to learn what things sound like, what digital modes sound like.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's fun to be tuning around through the digital subbands and go, ooh, I wonder what that is, and then hit up a site like I've just posted, the Signal Wiki, and try to identify these things, and then you start to see themes. Is it frequency shift keying or phase shift keying? Is it on off? Is it frequency separated like RTTTY with 2 subcarriers going, whatever, right? Yeah, it's pretty
Identifying
neat.
it on the scope is a fun thing to learn
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Which is which. RTTTY's pretty easy, but you see some
SSTV is
stray signals. Yeah.
SSTV is kind of recognizable. At least
Yep.
I was like, it took me a little while. I'm like, okay, I know SSTV coming through right now. Like it's very
Yeah.
predictable.
That's the oops, I'm on 14.230 sound.
Yep.
I activate it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of my first HF contacts on 20 meters was right around that area. And I'm like, why is someone jamming me out with all this noise?
I do enjoy the little sound, the little tone it plays before it actually starts sending the message. It's just
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoy SSTV. That's one we're gonna have to mix in sooner rather than later.
I think it's a fun mode.
Yeah.
You could get very creative with the pictures if you wanted to.
Highly
there-
personalizable. One of those.
Personalizable,
That's a big
yeah.
word. I had a few syllables.
I just dropped another link in, thanks to Jody for telling us about Artemis, free signal identification software.
That's what it's called, Artemis. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, now thanks to Jeff and Jody.
Yeah, I knew there was something out there. I just couldn't remember the name.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. I just always relied on going to sound samples and doing it the old-fashioned way.
Is this it? No. Okay. Is this
Yeah.
it? No.
Yeah, well, exactly right. Yeah, yeah,
It's
327 samples later. Oh, I found it.
yeah, yeah,
It's like a
exactly.
Shazam for digital modes, kind of. Is that what the music, you put your phone up to the speaker and hear the music? Is that what it does?
Could be.
don't-
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe do a hey Google, and see if that can identify it or not.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
So
gonna- go ahead, Tim.
so what time is this kicking off on Friday?
It is midnight UTC, so technically it's Saturday. Okay, for all of your international viewers out there,
Yeah.
you know, it technically would be Saturday at midnight. Here in the States, that's obviously Friday evening, midnight UTC. That would be what, Saturday the 6th, I think, for this week.
Okay, so kicking off at midnight UTC, so 5, what was that, 7 p.m. Eastern?
I've changed time zones a couple times here recently in daylight savings time. I've lost. I think I'm in Mountain. It's 5 o'clock. I think is midnight UTC. So you'd be 7 out east. Is that right?
Yep, sounds right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
you've got that right, Mike.
Okay. Phew, man, this last week's been tough.
I mean, that's why I wear a watch with 2 time zones on it, so I never have to remember it.
It's all relative.
It's all relative.
So it's how much sleep you get, not what time it is.
Yeah,
There you go.
ain't that the truth, hey?
Speaking of not getting sleep, Greg, my ham alert goes off around the clock now for you. What's going on? You having a hard time sleeping there, buddy?
I have been getting home super late, and I kind of burn it on both ends, so I'm up kind of super early too. So
It's like
I've been getting home at after midnight. By the time I fall asleep, it's 2, and I'm usually up by 6. So
I'm sitting here drinking. Well, I'm drinking coffee at 6 in the morning, and I'm getting FT8 alerts for you. I don't know if you were going to bed or waking up or doing what. So
yes,
like holy cow, dude.
And I've been kind of traveling the last couple of weeks, so I've been in a different time zone, so it's been a little bit different too. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, it never fails when I go out west. I go to bed on California time and wake up on Indiana time, so I'm 3 hours earlier than what I need to be up out there. So
I gotta be careful about putting East Coast people in my ham alert, because being out here on the West Coast, you know, my phone starts buzzing at 4 and 5 in the morning.
oh, wow.
I ain't a morning person either, Jeff.
Well, what you need to do you have an iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Well, you got to use the, gosh, what are they called? The
Do not disturb.
Yes.
You can just tell them not to make any noise for a period of time. I do.
Yeah, because I have it going from like 10 p.m. until 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And nothing's going to come through a notification going to come through and wake me up.
Yep.
And then I could have you have certain people that you could let through, because like if emergency, your wife calls, you need to get that, or your job or whatever. But yeah, it's a nice thing.
And it's kind of cool since I get up and I stay up late sometimes, or I have to get up early sometimes. I know it's FT8, but it's kind of cool to jump on my computer and see all the different like locations that are coming in.
Yeah.
Like when I get home at night, just lately on 80 meters, a lot of South Pacific. I've seen Australia, which I hadn't seen at all. Japan, South Korea, all on 80 meters, like about 12:30 my time, 12:30 a.m. my time, which I don't know. I don't normally see in the summer when I stay up that late. So it's kind of cool to see the band kind of change a little bit as the night goes through. And I also listen to 40 meters, which I normally don't hear. I heard 2 stations talking between islands on 40 meters at like 1 o'clock in the morning from Hawaii. So into California, which is strange for me. My noise level dropped to like a S5, which is normally about a 7 when I'm on, when everybody has all their TVs on in the neighborhood and stuff like that. My antenna's probably picking it all up, but definitely different propagation and different noise level, at least in my area.
Yeah, and digital modes can be helpful for that too. For those of us who are at home where noise levels are high, you'll hear stuff on digital that you won't hear. You won't hear correspondingly as much traffic on phone or CW, right? So there's some definite advantages to it too.
Or at northern latitudes in the summertime, Vince, I imagine it gets pretty challenging up there to do any kind of SSB activation when it's June, July, August.
Yeah, my first bicycle backcountry activation, I rode in 9 miles on my bike to capture a POTA Atno, and I did not know that a flare had hit an hour earlier. And it took me 2.5 hours to get 11 contacts. And the band that I was most successful on, hold on to your hats, sideband. So you would think FT8, you would think CW, but that was not the case at all. And I was heard better on phone than anything else. I checked into 3 nets. I mean, they count as contacts.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I was doing it on 5 watts. Okay. So, yeah. Conditions be damned. Just get out and get on the air.
I think 2 times ago when I did a POTA, I saw that there was a massive solar storm, whatever, solar wind, whatever it was. It said whatever, KP5 or KP6. I ended up getting like 136 contacts.
Yeah.
I was like going to not do it. I'm like, this was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I wonder, and it's kind of going back to that, the topic with the band scope. Do people just assume because if there was a solar flare that the bands are going to be crappy and they just don't try?
Yep.
You know, are we same thing with the scope? If they just don't see people there, then they just don't try, instead of just getting out and hearing something and okay, I'll move over a couple KCs and start calling CQ myself.
Yeah, it's a negativity that they see. Oh, there's a solar storm. I'm just not going to try. It's like people on the dumpster fire group. You know what I'm talking about. It's like, is it a good day to go out do POTA? Well, why don't you get off your rear end and turn on your radio and find out?
There you go. I mean, okay, in some fairness, you know, I'm lucky that I've got a park 5 minutes from me, and I can go over there. That is my therapy, and so you know, I can do that. So I understand, you know, if you've got to pack it in, or like Vince did and ride in 9 miles. I mean, he got a great exercise, but he didn't get the activity.
Exactly. I mean, if you're like, if you don't have parks around you like me and you, then yes, you do kind of want to know. But if you don't go out and at least get on the air, you could actually miss out at least getting another park activated.
But I think the good thing with
good contacts, like maybe some DX might come in. You never know.
Yeah, the good thing about with Mike's thing here is you don't have to be in a park. I mean, if you want to activate it, you have to. But
yes, you
just
do.
to get on the digital mode to participate and be in there, you can do it from home. You can do it from a park. You can do it from the side of Mount St. Helens. Well, probably not at midnight UTC, but our friend Tim would probably hike up it to do it if given the opportunity. That's the beautiful thing about this. So.
Absolutely.
And so what's your uptake been like on this so far, Mike? You've been talking to people about it, you know?
Yeah, there's been little bits of interest here and there. You know, I get a decent amount of response, and I can tell it's growing when I post anything on social media. But there's always, you know, a big gap between people posting interest and sharing interest, and then people actually showing up when, you know, when it's time to activate. I mean,
yeah, it's like
people have lives, you know, so, you know, it doesn't, as soon as you put a schedule on something, it's not going to work for half your audience.
Yeah,
but
it's like the events, like people will all say they're interested, but will they actually show up?
Yeah. And, you know, God bless you. Some of you have plans on Friday night. So, you know,
there's free food.
That's okay.
Used to be my drinking night.
Yeah.
1 or 2 drinking nights.
But it's growing. What I'm really hoping to see more interaction, you know, because I'm sitting there on FL Digi, or in this case, it'll be on JS8 call. You know, I'll be able to see people talking to each other. I hope to see that more. I hope to see some other people calling CQ other than me. Those are the signs of growth I'm going to be looking for this month. And yes, true, it does not need to be parks on the air, but I would like to utilize that as a tool to add visibility. You know, it'd be great for someone to pull up that spotting page and go to 20 meters and look in that area where FT8 is, and they're seeing JS8 call, JS8 call, JS8 call, you know, and there's multiple spots going down the list there, you know, along with 10 or 12 FT8 also, but that's going to tell people that something's going on and it might be worth their time to go out and try.
Yep.
Well, I think you're definitely right, that if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Concept, right? So I think that by doing this and getting people out there and kind of raising the awareness and starting with a structured format,
Yeah,
to do that, utilizing tools like the Parks on the Air spotting page, which draws a lot of eyeballs.
yes,
And with that, hopefully we'll get some people to be like, you know what, heck yeah, let's try it. Or maybe they see Olivia or one of the others. I mean, I've tried activating AM from a park. I've had some successful AM activations, but sometimes it's hard if they don't know you're there doing it.
Yeah.
And it's something that is outside of the out of the normal daily operating modes. It can be a little tough. So I was telling Mike, one of the things that I wanted to do for this is provide a little space on the Ham Radio Kids Table Discord, so Mike can use that as a place to coordinate with people. So you've got a way to communicate on the backside while this is growing up. So if you do go to the QR code up there or down in the description, there should be a link to the Ham Radio Kids Table, and there'll be a channel in there called the Digital Mode Revival. DMR for short, but it's not DMR. There we go.
Intentionally, not DMR. Yes.
And it's DMR for short, but not DMR.
No acronyms allowed.
Yeah. No acronyms allowed. There you go.
Do you have a Facebook page? I didn't catch. I missed part of it when I was brushing my teeth. before I came on.
I do. There is a Travelin Ham Facebook page. I've been posting on that. I've been posting on my X account as well. X.
I saw that today.
Twitter, whichever you're after there. And I do have an email list as well. If you go on QRZ and send me an email and ask to be put on an email list, I will do that. I have 6 or 7 names on an email list right now. If that's how you prefer to be notified, that just requires a little extra remembrance on my part. And last month I forgot to send out an email, so pick your poison, I guess. But we're going to get the word out one way or the other. And the nice thing is it's a regular schedule, so even if you don't hear anything, I mean, I'm going to dedicate myself to this for at least a year, at least the next calendar year, regardless of its success level, to give it some time to kind of to gel and grow. So, if the next 2 months are total flops, I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're going to keep on trucking. It's the holidays and people have lives. But I got this whole idea from Field Day. This kind of became my mission on Field Day, was to just try to run a bunch of different digital modes. And I knew I was going to be in a campground. I was in Frank's neighborhood there near Cloverdale. And, it's just, I had a lot of RVs and, generators and solar panels and things around me, a lot of noise. And I even found a couple sources here in my own RV that were causing me some issue, but tried to run some digital modes there, and it just got me thinking. There's a time where people, for Field Day, try to do some different stuff. So, why not try to do something like that a little more regular to drum up some interest. But that was fun to try, and I tried some Olivia and Contesti as well. I don't think I got any hits on that. But FT4, FT8, I did get a RTTTY and a PSK. I've learned there are some regular, there are some folks out there that do some regular operation. I saw, it was on one other live stream. I don't remember whose it was. It was a few weeks ago, but someone mentioned how there's a PSK group that goes out on Friday nights and makes contacts. And I did notice there were a few other signals out there when I was running PSK last month. And I think, I can't remember what the other one was. If there's a regular time that there's some JS8 folks that meet or something like that, or there's some regular RTTTY contests. There's a few things out there, but I think it's kind of like the ham radio clubs that have their little group and they're happy with the guys that they meet with online, and that's what they do. But there's some opportunities out there outside of this group if you're interested in making more contacts.
So if you don't want to call it a contest, could you call it a net? Because that also is another word that attracts people in?
I'm just trying to keep this simple, Tim, and you keep
Okay.
trying
All
to
right.
complicate things.
Sorry.
It's a meetup, we're just all getting on the air,
That's right. I used to call something a party, and I get corrected. And like, no, don't call it a party. It's a get together.
I like
You call it a party, and nobody shows up.
1,000 people show up if you call
Right.
it a party.
Well, no, if you call it a party and nobody shows up, right, then everybody's disappointed. If you just call it a get together, and 5 people show up, it's cool. If 50 people show up, it's even better.
That's good expectation control. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Expectation
It's a get
control.
together. Okay.
Digital soiree.
Yeah. That's your best idea so far tonight, Tim.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah.
Jody says a digital soiree.
I bet there'll be a meme about that
Soiree.
here pretty soon.
I'm
sure
glad
there will be.
I'm glad he spelled it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite soiree, but maybe I'm misinterpreting it. Yeah.
Isn't that one of those French words?
Call it a palooza, John says.
Digital Palooza.
There we go.
Digipalooza.
Are you going to be live streaming this?
No, I haven't done much live streaming to date. I've had a couple POTA activation that I was live streamed, but it's just as simple as setting up my camera and going to YouTube and hitting live.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's all I have to do. I'll have to consider that. I have not yet. If there are other people that would like to, feel free. There's no ownership here. If anyone's sitting in this group or any other YouTuber out there wanted to jump in and live stream their efforts, have at it. Please share.
That brings in a lot of stuff because I've had, like I said earlier, I thought the band was not very good with it being a solar storm, whatever, and I had people jump in my chat going, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to get on the air now." So, yeah, I mean, live streaming really is like changes a lot of stuff.
It's a good idea, Greg. That's a good idea. I'll have to consider that. I won't do that this go round. Maybe in January.
Call it a digital freak off.
This is getting better.
This is getting better. This is getting better.
Well, to your point, and the reason why I'm saying this is I got talked into this free DV thing, right? And I didn't know much about it. One of my holdbacks with it, and I'm just using this as a reference, is I couldn't get the audio routed to the computer I was going to do the free DV with. And then once I turned it on, I started streaming it. All these people I saw that were in my chat were on this free DV tool, whatever page that then they were following me to everywhere I was going. So it can bring in a little bit of an audience. So definitely something to think about.
Okay.
I might want to try that. Maybe, I don't know, and maybe connect with you somehow. So you never know. I just don't know with my time now, but that works.
People have lives.
Yeah.
All right. I made a note of that one.
I thought I was going to be free all next week, and now I'm working like 60 hours. Well, stuff happens.
Yeah.
Right on. So, real quick, when you're going to be out midnight, Friday night, Saturday morning, midnight UTC.
Mm-hmm. It'll be Friday evening here in the States. If you're international, technically it will be Saturday, December 6th, I believe, at midnight UTC.
Okay. And we will get your channels in the stream there, so people
Excellent.
can find
Appreciate
you.
it.
And you said you've got the Facebook page, the Twix page, and then your YouTube channel.
And how long is that going for on Friday? Or in the Saturday, I should say?
As long as people want to go. I mean, depending on, the last 2 months I've gone for an hour and a half. And then it just kind of tails off, and I go 15 or 20 minutes without getting a contact, and I quit. If it's still going hot and heavy, I'll still go for a little while. But it's open-ended. It could go into Saturday morning if people want it to.
There we go. All right. Well, Mike, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And hopefully this
thank you, Tim.
a little bit of extra exposure there. Guys in the chat, put a one in there if you want to try this on Friday night. Get digital modes. Whether you're doing it from home, do it out of park, do it on the side of Mount St. Helens.
Doesn't matter.
Just be safe. Doesn't matter. No bears up there. You're fine. But good.
Oh, careful.
Yeah, be careful. So let's go around the horn real quick and get wrapped up. Tonight is a Ham Nation night. Looks like they've got something going on about the Orlando Hamcation winners. Rambling with Randy, Newsline, and Ham it or can it. So, Vince, what do you got going on?
Hey, I've got a whole pile of shorts that are actually going to be releasing through this month. And my Kit Basics series continues. Next up, I am going to show you how to kill the noise out of your cheap-ass amplified computer speakers in your shack with a simple ferrite. And I can do that in under 2 minutes. That's how fast and easy it is. So I've got one of those. I've got one coming up that shows why you want to tune a little bit higher when you're trying to break through a pileup. I'm not going to spoil that one. It's they're all coming up in the next week. So
Awesome.
shack tips.
I saw somewhere where Mike K8MRD begrudgingly said in the chat, I hate to admit it, but I learned something from Vince.
I saw that too. I printed it out and posted it on my wall.
Awesome. Awesome. Mike, what do you got going on your channel?
Let's see. This Friday, I got a video coming out. We're going to do a POTA from the top of a parking garage in downtown Las Vegas. So that's a real interesting one. That was a fun one to figure out. And I'm not telling you anything more than that. A POTA
parking garage
on top of a parking garage in downtown Las Vegas. And that is, there's solar panels involved. There's transmission lines involved. Security gets involved. There's a lot going on there, but that was fun. My whole family likes Vegas. We like Vegas, but we got that. Next Thursday, I'm going to be on Kyle's live stream. I think that one's at 7 Central. It's whatever time we're coming up to right now. So that'd be 7 Mountain, 8 Central. You guys figure out the rest.
Yep.
Kyle's live stream next Thursday. He wants to talk about all my travels here the last year. So we're going to go over all the neat spots and the fun stories and all that. On top of that, go ahead.
Kyle AA0Z Kyle.
AA0Z. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
And is that on is it on his ham radio channel or on the Squared Up?
On his ham radio channel, which I think is actually Kyle AA0Z. Might be the other one.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm turning 50 next week. That's what I got going on.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Make sure to get your prostate checked.
They've been telling me that the last 5 years.
Colin too.
Yeah.
Best sleep I ever had.
Yep.
I asked him to put me back under when I woke up. It's like, I won't go back to sleep.
Man.
Need more sleeps.
Gosh. You know, I had that. I got a funny story. I had that done.
80 meter
and
net.
I go in there. No, it's not even an 80 meter net. They knock me out. They bring me back in. As soon as I come in the room, I pop right up. There's a couple nurses, I think the anesthesiologist and my wife. And the first words out of my mouth was, I didn't sexually harass anybody, did I? They all died laughing.
I was hitting on a nurse when I woke up, and I didn't know it.
You gotta figure that they probably get a fair amount of sexual harassment and weird stuff like that.
Weird stuff.
Honesty.
Yeah, honesty. There we go. being loopy like that. So, Greg, what do you got going on?
I next couple, I don't know, maybe I guess it's 3 months. I'm going to be working on the. Let me see if this. It is working. I'm going to be working on the 12 days. Oh, sorry.
I
should have warned you.
Gosh, if I had a good producer.
I'm going to try to work on the.
There we go.
I could just duck. That's awesome. Sorry, you guys broke me. I'm going to be working on the 12 days of QRZ. There we go. It's awesome. See, look, you're improvising right there, Tim. Good job.
Yeah.
On the first day of QRZ, my digital mote said to me.
So we get a lot more activity.
Go ahead, Greg. Sorry, buddy.
We get a lot more activity around Christmas. A lot of people are off during these type of holidays and stuff. I'm going to take advantage of that and try to make a bunch of contacts on some newer bands like 80 meters and 160, which you guys see in the yellow, which I don't have a confirmation here. I kind of use this as a tool because a lot more people are trying to get on the air this time of year. So I'm trying to get some more counties for my fake awards for QRZ and just making some more contacts just in general here before the end of the year. I'm going to be coming on doing some live streams during the afternoon for you folks on the East Coast, maybe late morning for me, depending on my schedule next couple of weeks, just to try to get the voice contacts here from the house here on through my 7610, because I'm not going to have time, which I thought I was going to have to do some POTA this month, but I'm going to try to work on the 12 days of Christmas coming up next couple of weeks.
Now you said you're going to remote with your 7610?
The only time I remote is when I go into FT8 mode. I do the Mac Share program. I've actually done that from an airplane. It's actually pretty cool. I remember I was flying over Alabama, making a contact with somebody in Alabama, remoting into my computer on the ground in California. So I just kind of, sometimes I'll bring my HT with me on the road. Sometimes I don't want to deal with it, but sometimes before I go to bed, I just want to jump on my computer and remote in and try to make some contacts and still be part of the hobby, even though I'm, away from my shack.
Have you tried what is it? It's a smart SDR equivalent for ICOM, the Mac program.
SDR control. Yes. I use it. I like it for my 9700 because it doesn't change as many settings. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, when I go into my 7610, it reverts a lot of my audio settings and stuff. And I got this dialed in the way I want it. I'd rather be in front of my my radio if I'm going to make voice contacts, at least on HF, just so you can just fine tune people in with. I usually will jump on the 9700 remotely to get on like D-Star or even get on 520, trip people out, say I'm in Florida, even though somebody's in Temecula, which is right down the road for me. So I kind of play around with that.
Right. Yeah. I've got the ICOM program. I've only used it with the 705, but with the Flex, you have different profiles. So it doesn't mess with my, what I'm doing here locally versus what I'm doing from my iPhone. So I do like that, but, well, cool. Good. All right. Well, not much going on here. I've got some little projects now that the end of the year is here, all the nightmare from work. We're in the last month. It's kind of coasting, and we're in that we're not allowed to do stuff at work unless it's an emergency kind of thing. It's how they don't want to mess with anything.
Change freeze.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. They're freezing everything. We're just doing a little bit of maintenance and that's about it. So that's going to free me up for actually getting all those projects. I got a whole cabinet full of projects and stuff to build. So I'll probably be having a lot of those videos coming out here over the next month or so. So that's about it for me. Well, guys, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you.
I got videos coming out too, so don't worry.
Oh, did I miss you, Jeff? Jeff, I am so sorry.
I got plenty of videos coming out. I'm getting ideas out the wazoo after last night's video.
Yes. Yeah. That's good. Jeff, I apologize.
You got to make it onto my list of people I don't like anymore.
I thought I was already there, actually. But
you're a teeter.
What? Yeah, I'm teetering. All right, guys. Well, once again, Ham Nation is up next. Mike, thank you very much. Everybody, make sure you go check out
you, gentlemen.
Mike's social media stuff. Next week, Lou from Hiking and Hammond is going to be here. We're going to be celebrating his 1,000th subscriber on YouTube. He has got a giveaway, so make sure you check that out. Also, if you don't already, get subscribed to Lou's channel. And we're going to get out of here. Ham Nation is next, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you later. 73.
7-3.
7 trees.
Holy shit, that's loud.
No, we didn't. That's tough.